A concerned mother whose daughter suffered a broken arm at a local daycare center turns to the Fox 8 I-Team in her search for answers and justice.
I-Team reporter Jack Shea says the quest for the truth ultimately led to the resignation of the daycare employee.
How did you hurt your arm? What happened?
When 2-year-old Maya Cormel suffered a broken arm while at daycare on April 30th, her mother tried to find out what happened and was initially told by management at the Nordonia Hills Daycare Center that there was no videotape recorded inside the classrooms. But when Amy Cormel filed a complaint with Northfield Police, they discovered that in fact there was video. After watching the tape, Cormel concluded that it showed her daughter had been lifted by the wrist by a daycare employee who was attempting to take the child to a timeout area in the classroom. Cormel was incensed by what she believes is a direct link between the employee's actions and Maya's broken arm. When no one would listen, she contacted the Fox 8 I-Team.
The fact that they weren't coming out and saying, here, let's watch the video and see what happened to your child, and they attempted to cover up this, this abuse, injury from abuse, led me to be a crusader and find out what happened to my little girl who is too young to tell me.
And Cormel's belief that the worker should be held accountable for her daughter's injury did not waver, even after Northfield Police decided the video was inconclusive and closed the case without filing any charges.
Does she need to be fired and never work again? No, I think she made a big mistake, but I think that she needs some type of training.
Amy Cormel decided to ask the Summit County Children's Services Board to investigate the incident at Nordonia Hills. According to CSB administrators, the agency has a different standard than police in determining whether a child has been the victim of abuse.
Their obligation is to make a determination of whether a crime has been committed or not. Our obligation is based on safety and well-being of children.
After a month-long investigation, Summit County Children's Services found that Amy Cormel's allegation that her daughter's injury was the result of abuse was well-founded. In this June 7th letter, Children's Services notified the Cormel family that as a result of the abuse report being substantiated, the daycare worker's name would be placed on Ohio Central Registry of Abuse, pending any appeals. CSB says in many cases, those listed on the registry are disqualified from working with children.
We have people that are caring for our most vulnerable population, and if there are concerns or if there are red flags, then it's our job to make sure that that's known.
The I-Team took the findings of the CSB investigation to the home of the daycare worker, but she left this note on her door indicating she would not speak with us. We then gave the owner of the daycare center, Valencia Ganem, an opportunity to respond to the conclusions reached by the CSB investigators. What do you intend to do with what they have found?
What did they find?
They found that the report of abuse was substantiated. Your worker is going to be placed on a list of people that should not be working with children.
Well, if that's what they have to do, that's what they have to do.
And on June 27th, the employee resigned from the Nordonia Hills Daycare Center.
Wow!
Amy Cormel says if the mistreatment of her daughter had been acknowledged by the daycare center earlier, she would have recommended that the employee be suspended and receive additional training. Cormel says her quest for the truth is a cautionary tale for all parents who have children in daycare.
If it weren't for video, I would have never known how Maya's arm was broken. Children's Services would have never said that abuse was substantiated without video. So I think video is the most powerful tool.
Jack Shea, Fox 8 News in Summit County.
Jack, thank you. We are not identifying the former employee because she has not been charged with a crime. It is appealing the findings by Children's Services. Amy Cormel is now considering a lawsuit against the daycare center.